Chloe the Nail Tech Coach with Glam Goodies. Let's go over some more airbrush equipment. We're going to talk today at this moment about Airgel. Airgel is from Japan. Actually, I think I have another video. If it's not up now, when I post this one, it will be up soon, about how I went to Japan, that's me, to take 3 Airgel certification classes because I could not find anybody in the States to teach me how to airbrush. All the OGs had retired. They didn't even have the equipment anymore. So boom, you gotta go where the knowledge is. And I went to Japan, I went to Tokyo, and I will talk about it in another video. But right now we're gonna talk about Airgel from Japan. Now Airgel originally was not available in the United States at the point when I went there and took my classes at all. So I pretty much bought a bunch of stuff and then came back here and like played with it, and that was literally the catalyst for me getting into airbrushing literally so many things, from canvases to nails to a TI-83 calculator case to, I think you might have seen my other short where I did it's the iPhone, not the iPhone, it's the Apple headphones case that one of my clients had for her daughter. I did that. And I'm gonna be doing a backpack. I did some purses and stuff. So yeah, my Airgel hand pieces are amazing. They come with that Japanese precision and like airbrush hand piece construction that I absolutely love. They're definitely on the level with my Iwata, which Iwata is also produced in Japan. So duh, how did I know? I love it. Now, a lot of people are saying, like, when they're using gel, that you want to make sure you mask up and like cover your client's skin, and that's actually what they tell you in all of the classes when you take them in Japan. I haven't seen that they had that many classes here in the States, because in Japan they have the JNA, which is Japanese Nail Association, where they actually qualify people to become nail artists or whatever. It's like a big thing. We don't have like a system like that to qualify people, but a lot of times when they're doing classes over there, it's like really specific requirements. And so here, because I haven't seen any Airgel classes specifically, I think maybe Brittany Tokyo does them, and she's in California. She's back and forth between California and Tokyo, and she'll do certification classes. I can do them, but I have not done any Airgel certification classes. I do have some resources, like if you're using Airgel or if you want to learn Airgel, I'll put some resources down below, as well as my airbrush starter guide too. Now I will say this: when you're doing or using Airgel, what you cannot do is use your Airgel handpiece with an acrylic airbrush paint, or vice versa. Whenever you're doing airbrush, whatever paint system you start with that handpiece is what you need to continue with. If you mix the two, like just use the same handpiece, it's totally clean. If you mix the two, it will lock up your handpiece and you will just have to get another one. They have 2 different chemical makeups. One is water-based, one is chemical-based, even though they're both liquids. See how I know? I knew you were thinking like, but they're both, yeah, I know they're both liquids. They have 2 different chemical makeups, and they have 2 different types of cleaners. Like the acrylic airbrush paint, you literally are cleaning with soap and water. It's a soap and water cleanup. Yeah. For Airgel, I would suggest masking off your client's fingers. You can use medical tape, liquid latex. If you got any of that, do that as well. The Airgel handpiece is designed for precision. They have 2 different types. One, which is just like the gel one, and then they have another one, the gel 2. The gel 2, you can use their metal gels. And when I say metal, they just have like sparkly pigments, so they look like chrome or like metallic. So you'll need one with a bigger nozzle to let like a smaller needle to let the metal pigments out. Like as it's blowing along, the air is blowing along the needle and pushing the paint through. You need a little bit more room, so the needle needs to be a little bit smaller so that those metal pigments, or they're not metal pigments, okay? It's just it's bigger pigment particles, so you can push them out. They do have a dilution liquid that you need to use with it in order to like thin it out and make sure it doesn't get sticky, because it is a gel product. And we know with our gel products, whenever they're exposed to the air, the solvents in it start to evaporate, and that's why it gets sticky. So I would say this: 1, love the handpiece. I like how it works. I'm going to show you the next clip. 2, I do like the product. I like the versatility with it. I like the possibility. I like the curing in between, right? Just way you can make sure that the art is staying where you want. I personally do not cure my art with my stencils on, which is one of the reasons. Well, I'll talk about acrylic airbrush paint later, but one of the reasons why I like the acrylic airbrush paint is because of the layering options. I'll say that. Watch this clip, and then after that, let's do a little recap. I want you to tell me what apprehensions you have with Airgel, or how much you love it, because I actually really love it. I really love it. I use it for like my simple quick stuff. I know my clients coming in, they're gonna get an ombre real quick. They just want a little aurora, you know, blah blah blah. They don't want something super detailed. Now, if they want something super detailed, I will switch to my acrylic airbrush paint. But we'll see what you say after this. Okay, so here we are with a little review video of the Airgel Airbrush System. I'm going to be using a white color and a red color, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the spray and like how bold it is, how sharp it is. I'm going to do an ombre. I got 2 tips here that have been prepared. The one has a gray, the other one has like just a nude color. There's been 2 coats of color and a matte top coat because it's easier to spray over matte. I'm going to grab my handpiece. I've been using this unit for about 1.5 years now. I've taken 3 of their certification courses in Tokyo, Japan. So I'm just going to show you, like I did for the other 2 units, I'm just going to show you this unit. Their gels can be cured in the light, UV and LED. You do have to use a dilution liquid to thin it out. It just makes it easier to spray. It also helps it last longer. I'm going to blow some bubbles through this because I'm mixing it. You want a nice soft spray. Just like on any other airbrush. I'll use my exhaust system here to suck out any fumes. I'm going to do an ombre on the darker color. And then on the pink color, I'll use some stencils. And I'll also show you how thin a spray you can get. You can get a pretty thin spray with this one. I really do like that. The other 2, you did get a good spray. It just, you had a lot of spray back. So when you do ombre, you start at the bottom, a 90-degree angle, up and down. Just like with anything, what I do, especially if I want to do 2 coats and I don't want to quick cure in the light, I'll just let it rest for a second. Because just like with any gels, your solvents start to evaporate. It starts to get a little dry and tacky. And then I'll come in and not overdo it. But I'll hit my second layer of ombre. So I'm going to go ahead and pop that in the light to cure. Now for the second color, I'm going to use red. If you notice, you get a nice clean spray. It's depending on how much pressure you use when you pull back the trigger. So that's not bad at all. I'm going to grab from my little stencils with my tweezer this triangle. I'm going to spray my triangle. So what I want to do is just a soft outline. Make a little bit harsher with the red. See how sharp it looks. Looks pretty sharp. that in the light. Give it 10 seconds. Our white is pretty good. The ombre came out pretty nice. This is a gel system, so you can do ombre in one pass or you can do two. So I'm gonna go ahead and do another pass. 90-degree angle. Does a pretty nice ombre. Pop that in the light to cure. So you can cure between each application, or you can choose to let it rest a little bit and then spray another application. I just like to make sure that I'm not overspraying because I don't want to end up with a pool of paint, and that can happen with either type of product. So either with the Airgel or even with the, I'm gonna mix this a little bit with the Airgel or even with the acrylic paint. So I'm just gonna hit on the outside lines to see how sharp I can get it there without a lot of spray back. Let's look. Grab my needle tool and like nudge this. Put this back on our thing. Pretty crisp, pretty clean lines. I will say this, I do like the precision of this unit over the others. I do like the fact that it is a gel and I can cure it. Of course, just like with anything, you'll get some drawbacks. Drawbacks is the product is only available in Japan. It's very difficult to get it over here to the United States because it is a chemical and they don't like to do a lot of shipping outside, like bringing things in through customs and stuff. That is an arduous process. It makes very tight, neat lines. So I do like that. Let's see what we could do with swirls. There is a practice sheet attached to these lessons, these free ones. So by all means, download the free ones. I do like the precision that you can get with this unit. I do prefer that over the other ones. Let's look at our pieces here. It's just real clean. It's a real neat thing. As with anything else, I am not endorsed in any way, form, or fashion by any of these companies, which products that I have reviewed. Make your own decision of which one you would like to get, and check out the next video, which shows you a little bit more in detail of how the machine inner workings work. Thank you for joining me and have a great one. Okay, so now that you watched that video and you see how the equipment works, what are you thinking? You see what I'm saying as far as the versatility? It's definitely great for like the quick little nail art stuff. You just want something done, one and done, and out of here. Airgel is my go-to. When it comes to smell or anything like that, I think I talked specifically in the clip about I have a in-desk dust sucker unit, and so I do cut that on with a little piece of paper towel over top to pull down any particles. You can do the same with the airbrush acrylic paint, and if you're using gel polish and acetone, my suggestion is to have some kind of exhaust or dust sucker unit on with a paper towel to suck those particles down. Just, better be safer than sorry, even though you're already, teetering on the edge of something you shouldn't be doing as far as mixing gel polish and acetone at all. I don't care what anybody says on YouTube. You should never be mixing gel polish and acetone and spraying it in the air because it is not designed for that at all. And in Airgel's case, if you go to their website, it's like airgel.jp, and you hit the Google Translate, they talk about having a suction unit, and they even have one when you do the classes. Like they have one there, so when you do the classes, it's like sucking the particles in. Okay, but thanks for watching this video. Go ahead and comment below what you're thinking. Like, oh, are you interested in Airgel? Are you not interested? Grab the starter guide if you're totally new to airbrushing, like at this point. I have more videos coming out talking about equipment, and I would love for you to watch the rest of those. Also, I'll put the link to my Airgel mini course. Maybe you want to just like pop in and see maybe if there's something that would work for you in your salon setting. It's definitely great for quick art, and I love a little quick art. I love a little quick art. Quick art, even though it's quick, still $1 a minute. Make sure you're charging, even though it's quick. It's $1 a minute because it's product, time, effort, energy. Okay? Thanks, and I'll see you on the next one.